Hi. So I want to revisit just a little bit from Lamentations because we talked about that a little yesterday. And I thought, I should have given some background. Maybe some of you have never read Lamentations. Um, it's not typically a book, I don't know, that you hear of a ton. And to further explain yesterday, I the Bible study group and we read this book to lament with the friend who was going through this horrible disease and sickness. And um, we prayed with her, we prayed for her. Everybody did what they could to help her. Um, and honored her, right? Honored her as she transitioned from this life to the next. And I just remember for some reason she had come over when she was getting her diagnosis, and I prayed with her, and I offered. It was right before Christmas. I mean, maybe like 2 weeks before or a week before, and I just offered to wrap her gifts. And it felt so silly, but like the littlest thing that you could do to help somebody. But I do believe it really helped her because in a huge time of crisis, and you don't even know what is heading your way, you're just sort of taking things one moment at a time. And so when God's people rally around and help carry that person from minute to minute, day by day, that really is one of the main functions of the body of Christ. So that's what triggered that for me yesterday, and then also like in my own journey and how I'm trying to help others from the perspective of a widow. I can help another widow. So yeah, just be thinking of that. And I thought it was interesting. So in the beginning, I had gone back and read. It's not a very long book. The book itself is outlined into 5 sections: a city grieves, God's anger, despair and mercy, siege of Jerusalem, and prayer for restoration. And Lamentations chapter 1 verse 1: how lonely lies the city that once thronged with people, once great among the nations, now she is like a widow. Once princess among provinces, she has become a vassal. So it was just like, even the author realizes the sadness of a widow. So my encouragement for you today is lament, cry out to the Lord, and watch as He begins to rebuild your life. And that will take time. It will take accepting help when maybe you're not used to accepting help. I happen to be a firstborn daughter, and I love to study birth order, and that is a typical trait. We will carry 500 things, balance on our head, and somebody will say, "Can I help you?" And we'll say, "Oh, I've got it." In fact, I sent it to my own firstborn daughter, that little meme last week, and I said, "It takes one to know one." So, anyway, allow people to help you. You definitely need help, and that help is in many ways. So, walking together. I've talked about that many times. The benefit of walking with a friend surpasses, in my opinion, all the gym memberships. Um, you get your vitamin D, you get your oxygen pumping through your veins, your blood flowing, and you get friend time. So I don't know. I just think I just can't encourage people enough to do that. Another avenue that is helpful for your healing is somehow get your creativity going, whatever that is for you. Um, Early on, I had two dear friends who would come over once a month. We called it Crafty Club, and it was just the three of us, and we would just spend that time doing some sort of little craft and building our relationship together, hearing what's going on in each other's lives, laughing, crying, encouraging, in just a really small group setting. And early on, that's about all I could manage, was a very small group. And these two ladies were so faithful and kind. And I think in the beginning we took turns, like who was going to plan the craft and bring the supplies. And some of our things turned out pretty cute, and some kind of went right in the trash. So, but that wasn't the point, right? The point was to, in the beginning, I would cry, I know, and I loved that they came to my house, um, because my kids were still in school, and it was just, and theirs were too. But in my grief, it just created less anxiety in my body if I could stay home and um, be there for my kids, not leave them alone much in that early season. So, so there you go. There's two main things, and so you might definitely want to walk. Get some kind of a crafty club. It doesn't have to be a big ordeal. Um, find a space to get some creativity going. I think even some one time I had put on some music, and I think we had tea, and um, I think we just even colored one night, if I do recall. Um, and just really, it was just being in each other's presence, knowing we weren't alone. And it was just, I tell you, their faithful presence meant the world to me. So we did that for 4 years, nearly 4 years, um, once a month, and I'm so grateful for them. So that's another encouragement for you. It's okay to lament. Just remember, God is sovereign. So he can handle our why questions. He can handle our pouring out our tears. He provides ways of healing through his people. And you can, two ways that you can help heal is to go for walks and do something creative with a friend. All right, that's my gift for you today. Be blessed.